What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 52, and coming into today, we are sitting at a record of 94 and 21 on the series. I know at the end of the last episode, I did say that we had 95 victories, I think, but I artificially inflated that by one. After going back and checking, turns out that we are sitting at those 94 wins. So yeah, sorry about that. And as you can see, we are doing FaceCam today. So this will be the last part of this little session with this team, but we are introducing FaceCam anyway. As I mentioned in the update video, I know some of you guys were like all about the FaceCam. Other people were not so happy about it because they just are very attached to the lower screen, which I understand because there's some important information down there. And I kind of was at that position myself for months and months and months, but since so many people have been asking, we're here doing FaceCam. So we're just testing it out. It doesn't mean that it's going to be forever. I may eventually implement a layout where we have both the lower screen and the FaceCam, but for right now, we're just trying the FaceCam, so just going to have to bear with me a little bit, and I appreciate you guys doing that. So, as for the team here, same team, like I said, we have our Acrobatics Jumpluff with Sleep Powder, and it's beautiful in pink, just like my shirt. And we have our Choice Scarf Staraptor, we have our Physically Defensive Slowbro, we have our Mega Bayonet, and who did I miss on there? We have the Assault Vest Magmortar as well. It's a bulkier variant, doesn't have a lot of speed, but it can take hits very, very well. Very easily takes out Greninjas, and because of that, I'm sure we won't run into any Greninjas in this episode. And then last but not least, we have our Choice Banded Mienshao, which hasn't seen a whole lot of action. It's really just not that great on Battle Spot, to be honest with you. It's great in UU, but it's not, it just doesn't get a lot of use. There's not a lot of things that would make it terribly useful on Battle Spot, especially because Aegislash is everywhere, so you can't just spam high jump kicks. Well, you can, but it usually does not end too well. So, with all that being said, we are getting into our first battle here, and see a lot of very powerful OU Pokemon. We see the Latios, which is probably going to be choiced in some fashion. I see the Scizor, which could be Mega, but if I had to guess, I would say that the Salamence is most likely to be Mega. So because of that, I am going to bring Slowbro. We're going to lead off with the Staraptor, though. Because Staraptor can hit everybody on the team for some kind of damage at least, and we can also U-turn out to gain some momentum. And then I'm going to bring Magmortar as well because it just takes a very large and stinky, smelly poop all over Scizor and Ferrothorn, and we like things that can poop on those steel types. So we're going to lead over with the Staraptor. We have the Salamence leading off for my opponent, and that is that's not great because we do get intimidated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to U-turn out here. I feel like that's my best play at this point. Now he can Dragon Dance. He can go straight for a Double Edge or a Return. I really need to hope that he's not going to be special because I'm going to outspeed him here and U-turn out and go right into Slowbro. I really have no other play. There's no reason for me to sacrifice my Magmortar. And I mean, even if this thing is special, Magmortar's not going to be able to take it on, and I'm pretty much just going to lose. So we might get 3-0'd if this is special Salamence, and I will probably cry. Yeah, that's not how I want to have the first FaceCam video go. He is going to go for the Double Edge though, so we are very lucky there, and that does over half. It's not even at +1. He did not even get up at Dragon Dance, and we still take over half. Although he takes almost half in recoil too because of the Rocky Helmet recoil and just the recoil naturally from Double Edge. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to kill me off here. Now, I could sacrifice my Staraptor or my Magmortar for the Double Edge recoil and then bring Slowbro back in because I would also get the Regenerator, and that would allow me to then take it out with an Ice Beam after surviving a hit. But I'm just going to let Slowbro go down because the chances are I'm going to need something with a Choice Scarf to outspeed some of his faster Pokemon. So I'm going to keep Staraptor around, and I want to keep Magmortar because if he has Scizor or Ferrothorn as his other Pokemon, or that's both of his other Pokemon, or he has one or the other, it's going to be very, very useful to have Magmortar alive. So, we're going to go into Staraptor. We outspeed it thanks to our lovely Choice Scarf, and we can just click Brave Bird. Now, the choice between Brave Bird and Double Edge was just guessing, basically. Did he have anything to resist Brave Bird? Yeah, he did. He has Raikou. But I mean, it's still not going to take a Brave Bird too well. If he goes into Raikou here, I probably will switch because I should be able to take 2 Thunderbolts. It should take 3 to take out Magmortar, but he goes out into Talonflame, and that is a bit unfortunate because Talonflame is the one Pokemon that I would have needed Slowbro for. So in this case, it would have been nice to have Slowbro around. I'm just gonna stay in and click Brave Bird here. If I switch out, Magmortar is easily gonna get 2-hit KO'd or possibly 1-hit KO'd. He does not go for Brave Bird, and he lets me just take him out as we score a critical hit. And it turns out that he was defensive because he has a Rocky Helmet. Okay, I really thought he would have gone for the Brave Bird there to try to get some damage. He had to know his Choice Scarf because I outsped his Salamence. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there exactly. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the game for us too, barring some crazy shenanigans, because with the combination of Staraptor and Magmortar, there should be no way that this Raikou can make this comeback. The only way would be if he were to get some critical hits and his Choice Scarf. And the reason I say Choice Scarf is because that's the only way he's going to be taking out Staraptor. I can just click Brave Bird here. See, the downside is I'm locked into a move that's not very effective. So I think what I want to do is switch in Magmortar. If he goes for Thunderbolt, I should be able to take several of those, barring a critical hit. And even with a crit, I don't know if he can take me out with another hit. So we're going to find out here. I'm going to go into Magmortar. He is going to go for the Thunderbolt, which is his most powerful attack, most likely. And yeah, that does not even do half. Oh my gosh, Magmortar, you are so fat. You are so ridiculously fat with that Assault Vest, and I love it. It is the best thing. I could go for Flame Charge, I guess, because I'm pretty much guaranteed to survive this next hit, again, barring a critical hit. But I really see no reason to go for anything but Fire Blast here. I mean, it really does not matter. He's just going to forfeit. I guess I could have missed the Fire Blast, and then he could have killed me off. But he showed off that he was Life Orb, so he was taking the recoil damage, and with a combination of 2 more Life Orb recoil hits, plus Double Edge, there's no way he was going to survive. I don't know what the calc is for Double Edge on Staraptor. It's Adamant, by the way. It's an Adamant Scarf, so Slow Scarf. And yeah, Raikou does not have the best defenses. It was not running Light Clay with Reflect or Light Screen or any of those things. So yeah, we get the victory, and now we are up to 95 wins. So 95 and 21 on the series. And we're going to move on and look for another battle. We got someone from Japan here. Very exciting. I'm always running into those Japanese players. Again with the Talonflame and the Latios. Latios has been everywhere recently. It's like, I don't know if that's just rising in popularity. I mean, I'm pretty much at the bottom of the ladder, or close. Well, not bottom of the ladder, but, you know, I'm at like a little over 1,500 right now, so it's pretty low. So let's see. He's got the Suicune. I really don't have anything on my team to handle that, to be completely honest. They usually will run Ice Beam. Especially on Battle Spot, they tend to run the Ice Beam. They tend to also have a Chesto Berry. They're not usually Crocoon because the standard Crocoon with Rest Talk is a little bit better suited for 6v6 because you want it to last a majority of the battle and wall a bunch of different things. So the recurring recovery is nice. Now, again, this Aegislash is going to cause a bit of a problem. And I pretty much have to have Magmortar to kill it. I really have nothing else. Staraptor can take Shadow Balls and Shadow Sneaks, but I can't really hit it with anything. I've got Close Combat, which is immune to, Double Edge, which is immune to, U-Turn will do like Jack Diddly Squat, and Brave Bird will not do very much more than that. So I'm going to lead off with the Staraptor. I need it to be able to take on that Latios. I mean, I really don't have anything else for Latios. I guess Bayonet, but I would need to get some prior damage on it to be able to kill it off with a Shadow Sneak. So if it's Choice Scarf, I'm kind of screwed. Magmortar can take some hits from it, but it resists all of my attacks. I've got Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Flame Charge, and Focus Blast. none of which are going to do anything. I mean, it would be good for some prior damage. So we're going to go with Staraptor, lead off with that. That could be good for Venusaur. And we're going to bring the Magmortar as well. We will see. We will see what happens. I'm really hoping that he's not going to bring the Manectric because the Intimidate from that is going to be really annoying, and I can't stop the Volt switching. Yeah, Volt switching, so he can just continue to get the momentum. And speak of the devil, there it is, Manectric. Oh my gosh, it's such an annoying Pokemon to go up against, but it's so good. The design is pretty cool too. It is one of my favorites. It is. It is. I pretty much have no choice here but to U-turn out. I'm not worried about this being choice or anything. Nobody runs anything but Mega Manectric. So he's probably going to Volt Switch himself, which means I can pretty safely go into my Magmortar and take almost no damage. Actually, that U-turn did a pretty decent chunk. That did a little bit more than I was expecting it to. I will take it. I will take it. In case he goes for Thunderbolt, I guess, you know, Banette's not going to take that too well, which is my other Pokemon, so I am just going to go into the Magmortar. It's really my only play at this point. So he does go for the Volt Switch. That left us with over 100 HP, which is kind of a lot. Kind of a lot. What do you have? What do you have? Suicune. Okay, that cannot kill us with a Scald from there. I'm not even sure if 2 Scalds will kill. It really depends. Yeah, that did not even do 50. It did 49. 49 HP. That is pretty pathetic. Granted, Mega Manectric does not hit super hard, especially because it doesn't have any boosting items or anything. It's not like it's packing a Life Orb or Choice Specs, but still, it's a Mega Pokemon. It's a stat move. I love this Magmortar set. I really do. I love this offensive Magmortar. I need to use it more often. I really do. So I really, again, don't have a play here. Unfortunately, Suicune kind of destroys my entire team, so I have to try to weaken it. I am going to go for the Thunderbolt. We actually outspeed it, which is kind of interesting, but at the same time, not really, because it's defensive. They're all defensive, and that Scald looks like the next one is going to be a roll, whether or not Magmortar can take it. And that's a little bit scary, because whenever it comes down to a roll, I don't trust my luck, basically. I do not trust Roman and the Hax Gods to bless us with the roll that we need to get out of the turn alive, basically. I'm going to Fire Blast here in case he decides to get Kooky and switch. He decides to stay in instead. That Fire Blast still does a decent chunk. Actually, maybe if we got a high roll on a Thunderbolt, maybe we could have killed there. Maybe I should have gone for that instead. I was kind of like half expecting him to want to switch out to try to preserve this thing, but he opts to just stay in and go for the rest. And he's going to use up his Chesterberry, which does tell me, as I already expected, but this confirms it for me, that he most likely is not carrying the Sleep Talk, so he's got Ice Beam and then something else. So I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt there. We get the larger roll, over 50% this time, as he does go for the Scald, and he gets the roll to take out Magmortar, which is super unfortunate because we definitely had a shot to take him out with another Thunderbolt. In retrospect, that Fire Blast play, probably not the best thing that I could have gone for. I probably should have just continually clicked T-Bolt, because like I said, if I got like a max roll, there's a chance, I think, that we were going to be able to knock this thing out. And now we're going to have to lose some health on Banette. I do not believe that Adamant Staraptor can kill with Double Edge or Brave Bird from there, which is really freaking sad. But Crocoon is, you want to talk about fat, I mean, I don't know. Suicune needs to lay off the ice cream for just one night, please. It's disgustingly fat. Not as bad as Mega Audino, but it's like it's pretty close. So we're gonna go into Mega Banette here. Like I said, my only play, basically. I do not want to sacrifice Staraptor because that's probably going to be a win condition. And he's going to go for Ice Beam for some reason, in case I want to go into Staraptor maybe, or he's just showing off. I don't really know why he's doing that. The only thing I can think of is that he's going for the freeze, and that doesn't make a lot of sense. It does not. So I'm going for knockoff, because in case he does decide to get cheeky and switch, we can knock off an item. and even still, it is my most powerful attack. Even though Shadow Sneak is stab, the multiplier for that gets us to 60 base power, and Knockoff has 65. So yeah, it's barely more powerful with that added effect to remove an item if you were to switch into whatever his third Pokemon is, outside of the Mega Manectric, obviously. So now this Suicune is definitely within range. We can just click Shadow Sneak, and that's gonna barely take it out. So Suicune's going down, and he's probably gonna show off whatever his third Pokemon is here, I would think. I don't think he wants to take any extra damage on... Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna show off the Talonflame here, and he should be able to just click Brave Bird. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think we lost this one. I don't think we're going to be able to come through here. It really, really depends. Yeah, he's just going to click Brave Bird, and we'll get to see if he's Life Orb or not. There's the recoil, and yes, that is the Life Orb. Okay, so that's helpful to know that at least he's not locked into a move. I don't know if that's really going to change anything, because we're about to lock ourselves into a move. And it has to be Double Edge, because Brave Bird obviously is not going to be doing as much to Mega Manectric. He's actually going to switch out here, which is the play to make, because he wants to get an Intimidate off. And I would really hope that this kills. I would really, really, really hope that this kills. I'm pretty sure it's a damage roll, and we're not going to get the damage roll. The Mega Manectric is going to survive with just a little sliver of HP remaining. But that's all it takes to ruin dreams. Sliver is enough. So we're going to be able to take it out and not have to take any damage. But the problem that I have is that now for sure my opponent knows that I'm Choice Scarf, because I outsped his Mega Manectric. So now he can play the numbers game here. He should possibly be able to survive a Double Edge. I guess it really depends. I don't know what the damage roll is. But he's probably just going to go for Flare Blitz, yeah. I didn't think he was going to go for Brave Bird there, because Brave Bird for Talonflame with a Life Orb I think was going to be a damage roll. And if I won the damage roll, barely survived, I was going to be able to kill him, and then I would win. So instead, he clicks Will-O-Wisp, he misses, it didn't really matter. He could have clicked Flare Blitz and won it right there, but he just clicks the Will-O-Wisp, he misses, then he clicks the Brave Bird the following turn, jumps ahead of us, and takes us out after the extra Double Edge recoil. So that's going to be a loss for us. That's a tough one to swallow because of the damage roll problem. You know, anytime you lose because of a damage roll, it really stinks. But, you know, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. You can't win every damage roll. I mean, that would be freaking awesome if you could, but it's just not realistic. So that brings our record to 95 and 22 on the series, and we are looking at about 18.5 minutes right now. So I think I want to jump into one more battle, and hopefully we can end this session in this video with a victory. That would be awesome. That would be awesome indeed. I want to see Mienshao get some kills. Hopefully we get a team that gives us a favorable matchup for Mienshao, so that it can like high jump kick some things or do something, you know? I want Mienshao to do something. So we have Trixie here from the United States, from Missouri. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Pretty threatening looking team here. Not a very diverse looking team. I see a lot of physical attackers. The Electivire could be mixed. Entei is probably going to be choice band. Terrakion, I don't know what that's going to be. It could be anything. Life Orb could be choiced. Flygon could be choiced. A lot of potential choice Pokemon here. Even the Zoroark could be choiced, but it's Battle Spot, so it's probably going to be Life Orb or Focus Sash. And the Mega is looking like Gardevoir, which is really the only special attacker, I would think. If anything, the Zoroark is probably mixed, because it has decent attacking stats on both sides. And if you go fully special, it's cool and it catches a lot of people off guard, but you forego being able to have that extra priority in Sucker Punch. And a lot of people just are not willing to do that. So we're going to bring Mienshao, we're going to lead off with it, we're going to bring Slowbro, and we're going to bring Staraptor. I think I bring Staraptor in like every battle. I don't think it's just because Staraptor is amazing, but it is amazing, but on Battle Spot, Choice Scarfs are just really so important, and most of the time I just choose to go with my Choice Scarf Pokemon just because that extra speed wins a lot of battles. So we see Gardevoir leading off here against the Mienshao, and I believe that Choice banded Jolly Mienshao, Oko's Gardevoir, and Mega Gardevoir with Poison Jab. And that's why I'm very happy that I'm running Poison Jab. It's not a typically common move that you see on Mienshao, or not too common from what I've seen. I'm sure some people run it. But I see a lot of Stone Edge and knockoff, U-turn, high jump kick, those types of things. I guess Stone Edge would be in place of Poison Jab. Now this could be Zoroark, but I am just going to go for Poison Jab anyway, and that does a solid 75%. It does turn out to be the Zoroark, and he's going to go for Flamethrower, probably because that's his only attack to hit me with. That does a ridiculous amount of damage. Wow, that did so much. Now, I'm expecting a Sucker Punch here. I want to play it safe. He could just go for Flamethrower again, or Dark Pulse. I don't want to risk the Dark Pulse because Slowbro could be the key to victory later on. So I'm going to go out into Staraptor because if he does go for Flamethrower, Flamethrower is not going to kill Staraptor. It's going to do a lot of damage. I don't think it's going to do as much as it did to Mienshao. But, yeah, then we should be able to take it out. Best case scenario here, though, is the Sucker Punch, and I have to try to predict that. But we do not see the Sucker Punch. We actually see a Flamethrower instead. That does so much damage. I wonder if that is Choice Specs. That has to be Choice Specs. I'm going to click U-turn here, and we should be able to get some momentum. They're just leaving in this Zoroark until it's dead, and it is dead now. So yeah, unfortunately, we had to take all that damage on Staraptor. We had to take all that damage on Mienshao. My Mienshao is actually Regenerator, interestingly enough. Normally, I would like to run Reckless because it powers up high jump kick to ridiculous levels, especially when combined with a Choice Band. But I'm going to go back into Mienshao, and so now we know his full team. He had the Zoroark, which was impersonating the Gardevoir, so that's going to be his Mega. And then he's got this Electivire here. Shiny Electivire, that is. Was the Zoroark shiny? I think it was. But I outspeed this, and I do not believe that Electivire has the defenses. I don't think it has what it takes to survive a high jump kick from Mienshao, and no, that's just gonna get OHKO'd. So, finally, we're seeing the power of Mienshao. That is what I like to see. That is what I like to see, because every time I bring Mienshao on the battle spot, regardless of what item I give it, it just kind of sits in the background, and then it has one battle where it just kills everything. And that is this battle here. He's going to go out into his Gardevoir. I'm locked into high jump kick. I do have to switch. This battle is pretty much won at this point, barring some silly shenanigans. Like some kind of speed boosting thing. Because even Mega Gardevoir is not outspeeding my Mienshao, which is jolly. So I'm going to sacrifice Slowbro because Slowbro can do absolutely nothing to this thing. But I believe that Adamant Staraptor should be able to take it out in one hit with a Double Edge or a Brave Bird, and Poison Jab from a Choice Banded Mienshao should OHKO Gardevoir as well. So I really don't see any way in which my opponent is going to win this. So kind of an easy-ish battle. Shadow Ball did a lot of damage. I clicked Thunder Wave. I thought I clicked Scald, but apparently I just was not looking at my 3DS. But what can I say? So we're going to click Scald here, and this is going to do nothing. We do outspeed, even though it's Slowbro because of the paralysis, because the game wanted me to do Thunder Wave, which really was not necessary at all because I outspeed with my other two Pokemon, so I don't know why I did that. But we're just going to go into Mienshao. I want Mienshao to get the kill because he is just killing everybody else. So might as well just go for the Poison Jab. And yeah, so no forfeit either, which is another really surprising thing. Maybe my opponent thought that Gardevoir could survive. I don't really know. It's actually very refreshing to see an opponent lose a battle and not forfeit. So kudos to you for sticking it through. I always do appreciate it when people do that, especially when there's a low chance of victory. Sorry for drawing that out an extra turn, basically, with the Thunder Wave there. But that is going to be a second victory for us today. That brings our record to 96 and 22 on the series. And that's going to wrap up this video and the session with this team. Next time, we will be back with a whole fresh new team with some new things. Probably some newer Pokemon that I haven't used so much, and some more old faithfuls, because I am still getting back into the swing of things. So I don't want to go too crazy when my prediction game and, you know, basic knowledge of what's going on in the battle is not up to snuff to where I would like it to be, at least. So that's pretty much that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you are leaving a like rating or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course. And again, I would like to thank you guys for the support, just with everything, really, with reaching 15K recently, and the update video, all the comments and everything. They were hilarious, and just amazing, very supportive. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. And with all that being said, I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.